And welcome back to the Western Centurion channel, and today is Monday the 11th of September and the time is about 3:15. This is basically an introduction video to a couple of videos I've done earlier on today, which pretty much is the first video is to show you a before, and the second video is to show you an after. Now the before is what the garage was like before I moved a few things around, because I'm actually on holiday this week. Oh my god, I've so looked forward to this week off. So what we're in now, we're in the ninth month, and so far I've only had 1 week off. So this is a well needed and well deserved holiday, and I want to spend a lot of it down here in the garage, and I want to concentrate on the fiddle yard section behind you. Okay, so that's where I had a lot of my stuff, the stuff we used with the computer and all that. So the first video is just showing you what the garage was like before I moved everything, and the second bit of the video is to show you what it's like after I moved everything. And at the same time I show you a little snippet, well actually probably a little bit more than a little snippet, but I show you a section on how I've dealt with the drop down section and adding the track to it and using Vero board to hold the track to the baseboard, where I've actually cut it at the hinge sides of the drop down section. I haven't really explained it in great detail, but one thing I will do, I think I've decided after making that video, is that I will show you how I do that. Okay, so I'll make 1 or 2 videos on how I went about doing it. The other thing is that, yeah, in the first section of the video I got a couple of little work bench things, and I called them hobby horses. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. And I hadn't even had a drink then, so I just want to put myself right there that they're not hobby horses, they're just little workbenches. Alright, so that's that done. But yeah, it's been the weekend just gone has been quite exciting for me. One is the fact that it was this weekend I did the drop down section, and tomorrow I'm going to make another video, because tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow's the 12th of September and that's actually my birthday. But I actually share that date with a very special person, someone who is very brave and I would class as a hero, alright, from the First World War. I won't go any more into that because I'll leave that for you all to see tomorrow, okay? And then next weekend I hope to do another video, which is some really exciting news for all of us who are using the Mega Point controller system, and I'll leave that at that as well. Okay, so that's 2 other videos to look forward to, and as I say, because I've got the week off, I might do even more videos. One thing that's going through my head at the moment is maybe to do a video on what tools I used. What tools did I use when I did the garage, to put the garage together? What sort of wood did I use? What tools do I use for the actual layout? I've had, through previous videos, I've had quite a few questions on subjects like that, so maybe that's something I'll come up with, because I know a lot of my older subscribers or earlier subscribers, you've seen what I use and how I've done the garage, but I've got a lot of new subscribers as well now, so maybe it would be quite nice to just review and go through all that again. And hey, if I get bored, it'll be something to keep me busy, won't it? So what else? I don't think there is anything else actually. So hey, maybe I should just shut up and stop waffling and get and edit this video so you can all see exactly what it is I have done. Alright, so you all have a great great week, and I shall see you again tomorrow, and hopefully again this coming weekend. Alright, so ta-ra everyone, you all take care, have fun, keep safe. Bye bye. Right, okay, so let's just give you a little tour around the garage, shall we? Well, I'm stood at the, I don't know actually whether that's the back of the garage or the front of the garage. I suppose we'll call it the front of the garage because that's where the two double doors are. Okay, so we're looking down towards the end of the garage, which is towards the house. And this is a section that, or section of the fiddle yard that I've already started, which we can see down in there. Okay, so this is the bit I've been working on, where I've been putting the turnouts in. So that is the first of the 5 turnouts, and the last 4 are in here. Now you can see I have actually been busy just here, but that's for a different video, because this is basically just to show you what the garage is like. Okay, I know some of my older subscribers have seen the garage because I've done a couple of videos where I walked around, but this is for the new subscribers. Okay, so again we'll walk down to this end of the garage, and there's the single door which I put in myself, and it's still there. Okay, so I'll stand with my back to that door, and this is the rest of the garage. Now this is a section I'm working on at the moment, along with the drop down section. So I've just got to work out where or how I'm going to have the track work on this side of the fiddle yard. But before I can do that, I've got to move everything from there over to that side of the garage. And oh yes, that's where I generally stand when I make my videos now, next to the Four Seasons sign. And you can see it is still a garage. We've got everything else in here. I've got one push bike outside. I'm going to have to take this push bike out in a minute. Oh look, 2 fire extinguishers just in case. The patio cushions, an old fish tank, polystyrene which I'll be saving for some of the scenics, an old boat which was in the when I went to pick up my dad's stuff after he passed away. That boat was with it, and I can't ever remember him having that boat, but I've still kept it there anyway. What else? I've got a fan. I've got my 2 little workbenches, or hobby horses I think they're sometimes called. Got some magazines, I've got some printing paper, some printing labels. Big mess under there at the moment with a lot of the locos and the stuff underneath there as well. A light, a strip light, a speaker. Down here we've got a shredder, garden shredder, got my heater, got some boards, got lots of cardboard here, which is one of the things I'm going to have to cut up now and try and dispose of. One of Debbie's projects, which was to reupholster a chair. Now she actually went to college or night school to learn about upholstery. I so hope she gets to finish this, otherwise this will be going to the recycling centre. And I've got all amounts of wood here. Now most of that wood in there is actually to do with the incline, so I've got to be careful with that. And again, once I've got the fiddle yard done and I start on the incline, I might actually change my mind on how that's going to go. I've learned quite a bit the first time, and I think I can actually improve on it. More polystyrene, another strip light. Basically it's a lot of junk which I really need to sort out, and this is one of the reasons that sometimes puts me off coming down here, because I know I've got to move it all and it does take a bit of time. So that's what I'm going to get stuck on with now. Alright, I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get all that cardboard removed and put in recycling because that goes today, and get everything on this side moved over to that side. Alright, so I shall see you again when I've got that done. Bye bye. Hi everyone, and 4 hours later, welcome back. Yep, believe it or not, this actually taken me 4 hours to move everything that was here on the left over there on the right. Fair enough, I did have a couple of tea breaks in between and a chat with Debbie, but it's now done. So that now leaves me with all the room and the space to start on this side of the fiddle yard. But of course, before I can start on this side, I need to get the drop down section done. And as you can see from this shot here, I have already started. So the first sort of track I put in for the drop down section is the up and down on the incline, or the very first incline that I built. Remember when I had those videos doing the little incline running sessions? Well, this is it. And what I did, I used the Vero board. There. Alright, and I'll tell you that's worked absolutely fabulously. It really has. It's a nice sturdy board. And I'll go through the two different sort of boards that I've got, and why one is not good for this sort of project and why the other one is. Those wires you can see there, that's just temporary. That's just whilst so I could power the track up to try a loco and some coaches going down the track over the joins. And here we have the other section. Fabulous soldering, hey? I'm still practicing it, and I think I know what the problem is here, is that the tip of my soldering iron is too big, and the solder that I'm using is the gauge is too big, or the size is too big as well. I think it's a 1.2 mil, the solder that I'm using. So I've actually ordered some 0.5 mil solder, and I went through my little toolbox and I have a lot finer solder tip, which I'll use for when I get round to do here. So what's my next stage, or what's my plans from now? Well, before I can actually start laying this track down on there, I need to figure out in my head how I'm going to do the transition. So we have the track coming down from the incline, come down onto here, onto the drop down section, and we'll come round onto the second section of the fiddle yard. So the transition I need to make now will be from these two here. So we follow these along. What we have there, we have the up line and down line, and that will be up line and down line that will run all the way around the fiddle yard. That's so I can bring locos down here, or trains down here, shall we say. Bring them down via the incline into the fiddle yard, and then have them doing a complete circuit around the fiddle yard. So they go all the way to the end of the garage, all the way back down along under here, and I can keep them going around here as long as I want, and then at any given time I can say, right, let's bring them back up again. So yeah, so I'll keep going around here, and then I say, yep, okay, I want to bring it back up onto the top section. So when we get round here, the end of this section of the fiddle yard, I have the other drop down section which I have to do. I haven't worked that one out. And then I have to decide, we can't really see under there, it's a bit dark at the moment, where the start of the other incline will be. And then they'll come up all the way underneath the base, top baseboard up to about here, and this is where they will emerge. And I've still left this part of the second incline in place. So it'll come up and it will emerge at the top here. So the transition is from this incline to this up and down line, fiddle yard line, which is in a sense going to be quite a fast track as well. So what I hope to do later on today, or maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, is to connect the track up to here and do the joining sections here and the joining sections here, and then bring the curves round. And then once I've got those in place, I've got to decide how, well, basically if I look around here, how I'm going to merge these in with these. So as the train comes down here, it can then get onto this line and do the full lap, and obviously as the train's going in the opposite direction, how it can get from here onto here. Now to me, all of that looks like it's going to have to take place in there, but by putting it in there, that means if I show you here, I'm going to see where I put down or made a mock-up of some turnouts. I've got a double slip in there, got a isometric or three-way turnout, and already I've lost all this space here. I get around here, I've lost all of this space here. There'll be nothing there at all, because all this track goes down there, that first point, and then there'll be another point, and another point. And I think, if I can just pull the camera out, I think by the time I get to utilise this space here, it's going to start about here, and then to bring it back again, I'm going to have to start the points out here. So I'm just trying to get that resolved in my head at the moment, hence why I'm just playing about with some templates and stuff like that. These two lots of tracks you can see down here, this is track that I've soldered together, hence you can see the big bare patch, and you see I've staggered the cuts. Just one cut and solder, another cut and solder there. So thank you, Vinny. That was your idea, or after watching your video you gave me the idea of doing that, and it has worked really well. So if I show you all how I've done it on this set of track, and it's exactly the same. I soldered it all up together, and here. And as Vinny rightly put when he did his videos, that if you stagger them, you won't get a kink in the rails, and I haven't. Brilliant, brilliant idea. So pleased with that. Oh, one other thing, yes. Because we got a lot of sleepers missing in here, when I was doing the curves, and also when I was soldering this up together and soldering this together, what I used were my track setters. Okay, so these are the three I've been using. I've got the straight track setter, 21-inch track setter, and 24. Now the 24 is like the fourth radius, 21-inch is like your third radius. So although these two here, actually, this is a bit bigger than a fourth. No, sorry, that is the fourth, and this is just a little bit bigger than a third. But what I was doing is that as... Ooh, no, not that one there. That's a bigger curve. Yes. There. When I went to solder these in place, I put the track setter in place to make sure I didn't actually push these in as I was soldering. So it kept that in a good position. And again, when it comes to doing this section here,
just put track setter in to make sure it stays at the right width. And I did that all the way around, and I just used a straight track setter in here to make sure these stayed in the correct position. And it worked really well. So that's what I did at the weekend, and what is my, well, currently my next project. But I am a little bit stuck on how I'm going to do that transition and how I can make the most of the fiddle yard in here. I'm really not sure yet. Very much not sure. Oh, and the other thing, of course, is, sorry if I'm going a bit fast, right, I have this track here. Alright, so we've got two sidings here, or storage areas. I bring them together into a single track. We come round here, and now I've got two little storage areas there, which I remember saying before was probably used that for the brake bands. And then obviously I then bring this track up onto here. Now, it was in my head that the locos, or the trains, when they come out, they're going to come in this direction up onto there, but then I realised that is actually the down line, so I would be going against the flow of the traffic. So it's only just today I've actually got it in my head that all the locos will be going in that direction to come out of the yard, and then they will go straight onto the down line. And then over here, wherever I have the storage, they'll probably come out and go in that direction back onto the down line. Or maybe I can set it up so that they go in that direction and come out on the up line. I hope that's all making sense to you at the moment, because I'm totally confusing myself. But it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to getting this section done. I really can't wait to get this section done. I'm nearly running out of track. I've got all these off sections here, off cuts. So I spent a bit of time this morning not measuring them, but getting them into them reasonably the same size, so I know what I have and what I can use. I'll need a bit of a clean out. I think all of these here were second hand, which I bought. Then over here I have all of these are the full length, or near as damn it full length, and then some more offcuts there which are a reasonable length. And then of course I have in here two more full boxes of track. So what's that? It's another 50 yards of track, or 50 pieces of these. So fingers crossed I should have enough to get that section of fiddle yard done. But I'm pretty certain, no actually no, maybe I will have enough, because I forgot I've got all that track down here already in place. So all I need is the track to go up the inclines. So I might have enough. I've got enough fish plates, I've got enough nails now, or track pins. I brought a load more of those. So yeah, I think I should be there. I should have everything that I need. So hey, no real excuses anymore for not getting on with it. Okay, so I think I'll have to leave it at that, because what I want to do, I want to start on this again and see how far I can get. I'll be really happy if I can just get these two done, exactly the same as these, up to there, and then I can decide how I'm going to do the transition. Oh, and I've still got a bit more to do with this drop down section. You see I've marked some lines here so I can visually see that they're in line. But it is easy to move them out of alignment. So I'm going to probably find some way of putting something here that will pull it together, and to go through here. I think it's through there. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'll think of something to stop this from moving from side to side. But that's something I'm going to do this week, because I'm actually on holiday this week. Yippee. Alright folks, so videos. I'm going to get this video finished and hopefully uploaded tonight, and then I'm going to do another video tomorrow, and then another video ready for the coming weekend. Alright, so you have a great week and catch you again soon. Bye bye.